Mattie Mondays, where we do music in different ways. I guess friends ain't be dropping gems. Always keep it genuine. Knowledge, power, and some funny. Every week, every Monday. Pure, real, and honest. Tap in, leave a comment. You're tuning in to Mattie Mondays.
What's up, y'all? We are back around another 7 days for another episode of Mattie Mondays, where we do music in different ways. I see you guys are already active in the comments, so I'm gonna go straight there. Hopefully y'all are having a great Monday, and let's do it from the dashboard. So we have musician Taylor in the building saying happy Monday. Mattie Mondays members. We got Chevy in the building saying, welcome back, Mattie Monday members. We got Twin in the building saying, hey, everyone. Let's see. We got Mama Mattie in the building saying, hi, family. Guys, let me know that I'm coming through loud and clear before we take off this evening. We got Natalia in the building saying, good evening, everyone. See, Styles is in the building. What's up, Chris? Saying, hello, family. Yeah, everybody's punctual. Beat me to the punch. I appreciate you guys. Yes, I appreciate you, and thank you. Y'all are punctual. So I'm grateful for that. Hopefully everybody is having a great start to the week. Thank you, Twin. Our sound engineer coming through clear, excellent. Again, hopefully everybody's having a good start to their week. I felt that in trying to determine what would be a great topic today, it dawned on me that last week's topic is a big one and is a very important one. So I thought it appropriate for us to have a continuation of that conversation, to check back in to see if everyone has even had a chance to sit still and take some time to visualize, to make notes, to jot down, and to plan and prepare for the coming 12 months of 2025. And I also had a great piece of content, of encouragement, of inspiration come through on my desk within this past week and a half from a good friend, Cato Dupree, friend of the show, one of my buddies. And I've been sharing it with my friends and family, and I thought it very appropriate to share it here at Mattie Mondays. And I thought it was a great addition to this conversation on us preparing for this coming new year. We got let me see. We got our homie in the building. Brooke, what's going on? Thank you for stopping through and being here for Mattie Mondays. All right, so if you guys are in a place, are in a space, and are able, this will be another good one. We'll go back and revisit our points from last week, and we're going to get into a video that I've shared with a lot of you that are here in the building now. And I'll make sure I add the link in the description. But it is a sermon from Dr. Dharius Daniels that was super powerful and had a great and straight and very clear message that I found that I needed. And I definitely was encouraged to share it, and I thought it would be powerful for others. And based on those responses, it was impactful. So again, I wanted to share it today and to circle back and just build on top of this conversation of the importance of us preparing for this new year, and just giving one another a boost of encouragement and a small level of accountability. So by show of hands, can anyone let me know, or can everyone let me know whether they've had a chance to sit still and kind of go through some plans for the new year, for next year? And it's okay if you haven't. But let me know, and this will be a way to kind of hold one another accountable. I can say that I've halfway done it, so I haven't completely sat still and kind of built out all of my thoughts and my visions for the new year. I have a great idea. I have targets and goals, but putting it in order, sorting it, putting it down on paper is still a part of the process that I need to do, and come back and bring all of my thoughts and put it in one place. What about you guys? Have you had a chance, a moment to go through some points that were important for you and begin to kind of see and envision your 2025. Let me know down in the comments. Before we get started, as usual, as we have set the trend, I want to say thank you guys for the space that we have created. It is super important to me. A great way to stay connected with you all and a great way to hold me accountable to bring a topic to share my works and to pour back into the people that I love and I support and that support me. So I am grateful for the space. Also, happy birthday to a great friend of mine, my college homie, college teammate, one of my first producers in my life, my homeboy Dexter. Happy birthday to you. He has grown into an amazing man and has built a beautiful family. So shout out to you. I love you, and I hope that you had a great birthday. We are definitely becoming the adults. All right, so let me know if you guys have had a moment to do that, and we're gonna get into tonight's topic. I have a couple clips from that sermon that I want to share. But before that, I'm going to refresh our conversation from last week and get our bullet points up that we discussed and kind of went through. And I'll go through those briefly. All right. So twin shares, I haven't started, but I have a vision and direction. Excellent. Excellent. And that is a great start. The icing on the cake, I think, and the extra push and power behind it is having an opportunity to put it down on paper. Musician Taylor says, happy birthday to Dexter. Thank you. Mama Mattie says, happy birthday to Dex. Natalia says, happy birthday to our good friend, Dexter Adams. All right, so I'm going to get these points up here, and I'm going to briefly go through them, and then we're going to get the video up that I shared. Again, I'll be sure to drop that link in the bio if you have an urge to go listen through that message completely. So yes, and I encourage you to do so when you have time. It's pretty quick, under an hour. So I would recommend that you take some time and see if you find a little extra encouragement. Thank you, twin. Happy birthday from twin to Dex. All right, so let me get this up here. All right, so really quickly, let's hop into the points from last week, and we're gonna get into the sermon. All right. So here are some ways to plan for New Year's, some that we went through and we discussed just a week ago. First and foremost, to set some goals, make goals that are specific, achievable, and realistic. And a point that I rose last week was realistic. I think is important to see that as in realistic to not what people think can happen, but what you know that you can accomplish with the proper planning and strategy. So I believe that it can be as big as you can think it out, but I do also think that it's important for us to have potential ways to reach it. Number two, to reflect on the past year, consider what you accomplished in the previous year and what you can learn from it. For sure, that's how we grow. Number three, create a schedule, plan your activities to achieve your goals and priorities. And I think a good way specifically that we can do this, obviously, is putting dates on the calendar, putting target dates to have certain things accomplished by, and to make it a little less overwhelming. A way that it can be done too is just breaking things out within the 4 quarters of the year. So that's something you can consider. Number four, develop healthy habits. Building self-discipline can help you achieve your goals. This is a huge one for me. As much as I feel like I do accomplish in a week's time, in a day's time, I think that I have a lot of room for building better, healthier habits. And a big one for me is structure. So I've been adding some new things to my calendar, to my routines. But again, a big one for me is structure, and I guess more specifically is routine. So healthy habits is huge. Number five, create an action plan. Outline the steps you and your team need to take to accomplish your goals. Major. Number six, Keep working on your goals. Continue to work on your goals even after facing setbacks. Those are promised. So not giving up, but readjusting is always encouraged. Reevaluate your strategies. So yes, again, let's run that one back. Keep working on your goals. Continue to work on your goals even after facing setbacks. If your current approach isn't working, reevaluate and your strategy. Number 7, consider financial planning. A financial expert can help you achieve your short and long-term financial goals. And this is a huge one, especially for those of us, well, for everyone, whether you're building out a company or just have specific financial goals and things you want to obtain in your future. So financial assistance and strategies as well. I think putting that on paper is important. I know that the times that I have had things written out on paper and finances, that is the best that I have seen in my execution. Number 8, other ways to start the new year include reviewing your success, again, going back and seeing what worked for you, managing your reputation. That's a huge one. Um, being in control, being intentional and conscious of how you show up is how I read that. Making new connections, networking. Teamwork makes the dream work, and your network is your net worth for sure. It's a direct reflection, and how you use it is very important as well. Getting more involved, whatever that looks like in your life that strengthens you in whatever area, in business and for your social growth, for your spiritual growth, definitely getting more involved. Acquiring new skills and clarifying your priorities. And again, it's just getting clear of what it is that you want and what is most important. All right. So if you have just joined us tonight, we are continuing the conversation on preparing for the new year. Again, across my desk came a really encouraging video. So we are going to get into a couple clips of that. Again, shout out to you, Kato. Thank you for sharing that. It's definitely spread much further. So I appreciate you even thinking of, the team 3+1 to share that with us. I've definitely dove into it, listened a couple times, and shared it with my network. And it's going to be, I think, a great addition to this conversation on preparing for the new year. I know it's not just as simple as writing down our vision and our goals and our targets, but there's a lot of things that come with that, and just being wise on how we execute and understanding why we want the things that we want and beyond. There's a lot of different ways we can go inside of this conversation and this topic, but I want to share what Dr. Dharius Daniels had his perspective, his message, and his sermon. Musicians Taylor's, let me get over here, share that still closing out 2024 plans and goals. What I don't complete gets pushed to 2025. Awesome. Yes, I'm definitely looking to finish this year strong, and try to be conscious and considerate of my cup getting a little low. But there are a lot of targets that I do have, so I'm trying to responsibly meet those and keep some momentum. But I do know, and I remember, and I'm pretty sure it was Maul or London that dropped in the chat last week about rest, and that is a major one too as well. Rest, and doing our best to make sure that our cup is as full as we can get it going into this new year, and getting through this holiday season, which I know requires a lot from us all. All right, so let's get into it. The part that I've been excited about, London, and she ate with that. I know she did with that rest piece. Thank you, Natalia, for that reminder. So I'm gonna jump into these clips, and then we will have a conversation around those. Again, I will link it in this description down low, and you guys can at your leisure take a moment, I think about 45 minutes, under an hour, to check it out for yourselves. All right, so let's get this up here on the screen, and yeah, share this message. Here we go.
Have you ever felt like your place didn't match your potential? In other words, have you felt like there's a gap between where you are and where you could be, what you have and what you want, or what you're doing and what you've been called to do? Have you ever looked at who you are, where you are, and what you're doing and concluded, I'm too smart for this? Things are not bad, but they're not great. Things are better than they used to be, but I know they're not as good as they can be. I'm too smart for this. If this is your sentiment and your story, then there's a question that begs to be asked and answered. And the question is simply this: when you find yourself in a season or a situation where your place and your potential don't match, what do you do? And this is a question that needs to be explored, because there is a human tendency to work harder. And although there is a place for hard work, and the Bible advocates for hard work, you can hit a season where hard work doesn't work. As one of my mentors puts it, hard work only works when you're working hard at the right thing. And I want to know, is there anybody in the room, anybody online that understands how frustrating it is to be working hard on something that's not working? Very little is more frustrating than to be working hard on the relationship and the hard work isn't working. To be working hard in the career and the hard work isn't working. To be working hard spiritually and the hard work isn't working. To be working hard trying to start something or scale something and the hard work isn't working. This family leads us to this axiom that needs to be embraced and understood by all of us under the sound of my voice. There are some situations and scenarios that are not addressed by working harder. Some situations and some scenarios require working higher. Working harder is using willpower. Working higher is using wisdom. And wisdom will work when willpower won't. This is, family, the essence of what Solomon articulates in a book of the Bible called Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 10:10 says, if the axe is dull and its edge unsharpened, more strength is needed, but skill will bring success. See, the issue isn't working harder if my axe is dull. Come on. No matter how much I swing and how much energy I exert, how much effort I extend, swinging the axe may cause me to sweat, but it doesn't cause the tree to fall. If I want trees to fall, I've got to do more than swing my axe. I've got to sharpen my axe. And I just want to pause for the cause and say this to somebody at the 11:45 service, because it may have prophetic implications for some of you. This is your season not of swinging. This is your season of sharpening. Come on. All 2024, you've been swinging and the tree's still standing. 2023, you've been swinging and the tree's still standing. But I want to know, am I talking to anybody that's ready for some trees to fall? I said, are you ready for some trees in your mind to fall? Some trees in your relationship to fall. Some trees in your career to fall. Some trees in your home to fall. Well, if I'm ready for trees to fall, I've got to do more than swing my axe. I got to sharpen my axe. I've got to do more than work harder. I got to work higher.
All right. So at this point, if you guys can see why this was so captivating for me, a lot of great messages in those two clips that I pulled from the full sermon. So I want to pause and take a moment to see, and I know you guys got the once over, but what resonated for you? Let me get into these comments. I got it flipped, so I'm crossing my body. What's up, Jonathan? Thank you for popping in. You're so silly. Chef says, if I would have known we were having church tonight, I would have put on a suit. No, absolutely. This was a very, very great message. Again, I know you guys got a quick once over, and I've had time to sit with it. But if you were able to grab some gems in there, let me know what resonated with you. And then I'm going to get into briefly just some of the takeaways and some things to consider. Again, just connecting the bridge back to some things to consider from this message as we prepare for the new year, and walk away with some things from this past year. C Styles, amen, for sure. All right, so some big notes again, and then based on tonight's title is sharpening your tool. Was the first time around listening to the sermon that stood out for me. His example of chopping down a tree with a dull axe. You might have the tool and even have the target in the tree of chopping it down. And we might even have the strength to swing the axe and to hit our target. But if our tool, in this scenario, the axe isn't sharpened, then all of that work and intention and energy is for naught. And I definitely can relate in a lot of areas, and in several areas that it feels and have felt that way. But the stubbornness in me sometimes is like, no, but I'm strong enough, or I'm talented enough, or I am clever enough or creative enough to get this done. But sometimes the tool of energy, the tool of the right moment, the tool of what I am supposed to be focused on isn't sharp enough. And I can definitely attest to that, and having to pivot in moments, and use that wisdom to know it's time to pivot, or it's time to go back and sharpen my tool, whether that looks like rest, or again, putting my attention in the place that it's supposed to be in. Chef said, musician Taylor's shares, hard work does work when you're working on the doesn't work, excuse me. Hard work doesn't work when you're working on the wrong things. Absolutely. And it could be most frustrating, and it could kill our goals and our intentions when we'll focus on the right thing, but just, doing it in the wrong way. So it is important, and it's a huge thing to do our best to use our discernment and to be wise. When we feel drained, I think there are signs of it when our tools are dull, we get drained, or there's frustration, a lack of clarity, to kind of wake us up and ring those alarms that, hey, maybe the tool just needs to be sharpened. Whatever, that looks like in your world. Musician Taylor also shares, working hard requires willpower, working higher requires wisdom. Absolutely. Absolutely. The two major messages. Brooke shares, too much pushing is resistance. Facts. I had to learn to surrender. That is a big word. That's a great word. Surrender. That has been a very, very tough one for me. Surrendering. But I definitely feel like I am finding my footing and doing a better job with that. When and not feeling like it. So away from that, but when there is effort and there is intention and there is a target and direction, but things are pushing back, right? I'm pushing too hard. Grabbing that, taking my ego and putting it out the way, and knowing how to surrender and trust in God, who I believe in, that these are signs of needing to pivot, and needing to consider rest, resetting, and reevaluating what it is that I'm to be focused on in a moment. All right. So can anybody else attest to that feeling? I know going into the new year, we're gonna hear a lot of I'm going harder, I'm working harder, I'm going bigger, and which I don't think that is bad at all. But I do think that this message was a great message for me to include in that. Even if I'm going harder and I'm going bigger and I'm working harder. I know now that I need to check in with myself to add to that and to question every move and am I working wiser? Is this a wise decision? Just because I'm capable doesn't mean that I need to take the step. Just because it's present doesn't mean that this is the right relationship for me to nurture. All of those different ways, in and outside of business, familial, romantic, all of those things that show up in our lives, that we have to make daily decisions, our jobs. Is it wise, or is it just a situation that I'm capable? So that's a huge one that I'm gonna make sure that I add to the plate, in making decisions and steps, in all areas of life. All right. Twin shares understanding to take a step back and look at a different perspective of the target. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a major one. And having the maturity to do so, because it does take a lot of maturity. And like Brooke stated, the ability to surrender. Um, yeah, to surrender in those different moments and in different ways. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let me make sure I didn't miss my intention. Another point that came to mind is even with working hard and hard work not always working. I know for me personally too, a big part of that is pacing. A lot of times, and I know even going to next year, and I keep saying it, like we're flying out of the gates in 2025. But pacing, I know, is a big piece of the puzzle of execution and getting to the goals that we have set. So even in working hard, um, pacing is a big part. I know that is important for the goals and the things that I wish to accomplish and I aim to accomplish, myself, my team, my family this coming year. So pacing, so being able to surrender, making sure that there is a level of wisdom in our actions and intentions, in our work. And again, the direct message is making sure that our tool is sharpened and that we're working higher. And again, as we continue to elevate, that tendency to push and to push harder, I think is natural, but aiming higher and working wiser is definitely a huge takeaway from the sermon. Again, I encourage everyone to take a moment to go check it out. I will get that link in the bio ASAP, upon us departing and ending this live. And it's something to sit with. Again, the bigger message in this episode too, and the continuation from last week is, um, to encourage everybody to take time, to take some moments, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour over the next week, and it can be broken up. But taking time to write out some of your goals, to write out some of your desires, to maybe write out a section of your strengths, some areas of improvement, some things that you want to continue to hold on to, and to reiterate and maybe do at a higher level the coming year, across the board in all categories of our lives. I encourage you to take some time this week, maybe 10 minutes a day, maybe 30 minutes, 3 days this week, to just sit still and offer yourself that time to put into focus, into scope, what it is that you want, and also what it is that you deserve. That's important too, and to get comfortable with that and knowing that, and taking time to recognize and accept that we are deserving of some things. And of course, we're going to put in the work, but we don't have to shortchange ourselves in our journey, and getting to what it is that we want to obtain. Um, yeah, yeah. So again, Dr. Dharius Daniels, shout out to him for this amazing message. Shout out to you, Cato, for sharing it. There is actually a series, and he mentions it at the top of the video. So I intend to follow him along in the series because I'm absolutely captivated from this one video, and to continue to see what messages that he's going to be sharing. So again, you'll have access to it, to check it out, to share it with someone that you think can walk away with, some gems and some added value from it. And yeah, there we are. There it is. Thank you, Chef. Saying shout out to salute to Cato, Mr. Cato Dupree, our brother and friend of the show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is what I have. If you are just now joining us, we have just completed a conversation and a continuation on ways to prepare for the new year, with the added sermon and some words of encouragement from Dr. Dharius Daniels. Make sure I get it right, Dr. Dharius Daniels. And two major points that he added to the conversation from last week is working higher. Not so much working harder, but working wiser, and with the consideration of wisdom, and also considering sharpening your tool. His analogy, which was a great and clear one, is trying our best and using all of our efforts to cut down a tree with a dull tool or axe or instrument, which makes our work for naught. And it requires resetting, readjusting, and again, using a level of wisdom to reapproach a lot of situations and our intentions going forward. So thank you guys for being a part of Mattie Mondays, this community that we have built. Thank you for your ideas, your thoughts, and continuing to pour into me and pour into one another. And again, this space, I hope that this was encouraging and another push of encouragement, and a little bit of splash of accountability to take some time this week to sit with yourself, to sit with your thoughts, to sit with your dreams, to sit with your intentions, to sit with your goals for the remainder of this year and this coming new year. I am thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for this space, and super thankful for this message. Natalia shares, it was a great way to push through to end of the year for sure. And I won't let this lag. I'll continue to make mention, and just to make sure I put in some points of us just, in finishing the year strong, which is a big one for me. But even through this conversation and this topic and this message, I understand and I accept that finishing the year strong for me doesn't look like what I thought it should, which was finishing in the year fast. So I accept that, and I surrender to that for me, finishing the year strong is not fast, but intentional, and just knocking out slowly and steady some targets that are, I have control over, and can set the pace and the tempo. So that is what it's going to look like for me these next couple of weeks, knocking out targets. Again, continuing to show up and to network, to create, but not running so fast, just one foot in front of the other. So hopefully you guys get a clearer vision for what it is that is going to work best for you in your steps and your journey from now to the end of the year, and through 2025. Yes, sir. What's up, Mogul Mall in the building? Pacing. Big piece, big important piece of the takeaway in this conversation, and thinking it through and talking it out with you guys tonight. Definitely going to be a major takeaway and thing that I consider as I continue my journey and, just walking through this life. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, I think I want to switch the vibes, even with pace. I just feel like a big push of energy. I know we have had a lot of vibes come in music and releases and collaborations throughout this year that I'm super grateful for. And tonight I want to take it back to the start, how we set the tone for the year to end this episode with our theme that got us started and rolling into this year, big energy. As I do my best to refill my cup, we're gonna jump into the lyric video, Big Energy, to take us out for the night. As we play it, as we get into it, as we vibe through it, you guys know what to do. Drop your thoughts and your words of encouragement, your love, your vibes, whatever you feel the need to do, drop it in the comments as the record plays. I pray that you have a great, successful week. One thing that I've been failing to mention is to make sure that you consider a certain level of grace as you interact with people, especially as tensions, shift and change, and the energy change and speeds up in this holiday season. So do your best to walk through your day with grace for yourself and for others around you, in consideration that we all might be in different spaces. So keep that in mind, and I definitely will do my best to do so. Just walking through with a level of grace and patience in this fast-paced holiday season. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Again, I promise and commit to get that link up in the bio here in the description. If you have not taken a moment, make sure you like this video. And if you got some gems out of tonight's conversation, share this link and have your friends come check out the episode and see what we do here at Mattie Mondays, where we do music in different ways, and most importantly, where we do community. All right, y'all. Have a great week. Happy Monday. And yeah, man, fourth quarter, last month. Let's do our best to finish it intentionally and wisely and fill our cups. All right, I love y'all. Have a great night. And yeah, let's get into it. Big energy.
Big steppers. Big. Let's go. Big energy. Big energy. Big energy. Big energy. They want to try, but they know they can't handle me. Mesmerized cause I give them big energy. I got 50-11 fellas on my line with the drama. Yes. Wife drawn with me to be their baby mama. Yeah. I transform player, I am every woman. I need it all, no period, that's a comma. More. They lose their minds when I walk out. I put it on, left the flaws out. From my hair, nails, shoes. If he step up, he playing by my rules. Cause I got big energy. Big energy. Big energy. Big energy. They want to try, but they know they can't handle me. Mesmerized cause I give them big energy. Big energy. Big energy. Big energy. Big energy. They want to try, but they know they can't handle me. Mesmerized cause I give them big energy. You ain't gotta like it, but they love it. They love it. Heating up 450 on the oven. A1 top shelf, what's above it? Hater blockers on, still I see you coming. They lose their minds when I walk out. I put it on, left the flaws out. From my hair, nails, shoes. If he step up, he playing by my rules. Cause I got big energy. Big energy. Big energy. Big energy. They want to try, but they know they can't handle me. Mesmerized cause I give them big energy. Big energy. Big energy. Big energy. Big energy. They want to try, but they know they can't handle me. Mesmerized cause I give them big energy. Right foot, left foot, big step. Big step. Big moves, yeah, one after the other. Let's talk about it, salt and pepper. They in trouble, man, who gon' tell them? I'm a lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets. Not too many can confirm, that's why they sleep by me. INDEPENDNT. Can't taste, can't touch, but you can pull up a seat. Big energy. Big energy. Big energy. Big energy. They want to try, but they know they can't handle me. Mesmerized cause I give them big energy. Big energy. Big energy. Big energy.